Welcome to my channel, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Today we are going to do a reading. Why don't you love me as I love you? Now, this is the channel for elite readings, so this is going to be super in-depth reading. I do appreciate your time first and foremost, so thank you so much for joining me. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. I've got everything ready and we'll see what's going on. We'll give these cards a couple shuffles to begin with. Source, why doesn't this person love my collective as my collective loves them? Why doesn't this person love my collective as my collective loves them? Why doesn't this person love my collective as they love them? Why doesn't this person love my collective as my collective loves them? First and foremost, I did hear something about their perspective needs to change. So they're kind of stuck in an old egoic energy. They're stuck in a belief system that they have to appear a certain way in order to be loved or liked or something along those lines. So let's see what's going on. I'm going to get out the spread, guys. If I get any other information coming through, I'll definitely give it. So let's see. Why does this person not love my collective as my collective loves them? Thank you. Okay. I apologize. My cards are extra long, and so I just have to make sure there's enough room for them. Why does this person not love my collective as my collective loves them, Source? Okay. Thank you. Why does this person not love my collective as my collective loves them? Thought they wanted that one, but they don't. They do want that one. Okay. Why does this person not love my collective as my collective loves them, Source? Thank you. Why does this person not love my collective as my collective loves them? Thank you. Why does this person not love my collective as my collective loves them? Whoa! This card went flying. Why does this person not love my collective as my collective loves them, Source? Why does this person not love my collective as my collective loves them? Thank you. Okay, why does this person not love my collective as my collective loves them? Getting a little tongue-tied here, guys. Source, why does this person not love my collective as my collective loves them? Why does this person not love my collective as my collective loves them? You guys have some deep emotions for this person. I heard it's keeping you from paying attention more to yourself than for what's going on. It's like there's some type of energy that's coming out where you guys are putting your lives on hold, hoping that there's like some magic number or some magic thing that you can do to make this person see you. And it's a deep feeling, guys. It's a very deep feeling. It is, in a way, it feels subconscious, but at the same time, it's like you're still consciously making choices to do this. So Source is pointing that out right now, wanting me to mention it. I'm not here to tell you guys what you want to hear. This is what you need to hear. So these are going to be very profoundly deep messages, and I'm just bringing that up before we really get into it. Let's see what the overall energy is for you guys. Yeah. Okay. So we have the Five of Swords and the King of Coins on the bottom of my deck here with the Fool. It's like there's this need to begin again. And that's what's scaring you right now, because it's like, if it's not this person, then who it is? And There's this feeling of needing to shift your attention from this person and focus more on yourself and what's going on at hand, right? Because right now there's a lot of negativity. There's a lot of like stepping on toes, and that's not necessarily your energy. However, this person that you're thinking of is trying to use manipulation tactics to get you to do what it is that they want. And it's almost like you fall for it every time, because it's like a dog with his bone, right? You get excited. Oh my gosh, they're coming towards me. Like, yes, finally. And then they lead you on, and then they disappear. And it's because they don't want to communicate to you what's really going on behind the scenes. Maybe that will come out in the reading. Maybe it won't. We'll definitely see. However, right here, the biggest concern for this person that's on your mind is that they're not financially at where they want to be. And they believe that they need to be financially set and have some sort of status, some sort of label, some sort of stature in society where they appear much more than what they are. And that's the only reason why really they're not coming towards you. But again, it comes back to that what Source was saying right before I started shuffling, had to do with perspective, their perspective on something. And I feel like here, you know, I definitely get that you're in this energy of being the fool, but it's almost like you're not a fool. You're not a fool. It's like you guys are in this energy of needing to start again, like needing to just take a new, fresh look at life and really move forward for things that work for you, and not let this person manipulate you so much anymore. That's not, you know, a lot of people will get stuck in this energy of waiting around for somebody, thinking that, oh my gosh, like this is the person for me. I have to do whatever it is that will bring this person into my life. And, you know, love is so much more than that. Okay? Whether you're on a spiritual journey or not, it doesn't matter. Love is so much more than that. So let's get into this reading. You know, your relationship right now as a whole, it's definitely about confidence. It's about feeling satisfied, wanting to feel fulfilled, but like you're, again, that energy of taking action towards this relationship rather than taking action towards yourself, when the lesson of this relationship is to teach you to be sound within yourself. The lesson of this relationship is to teach you to be strong and to be courageous and to be unique and authentic to who you are. And I feel like that is something that has gotten away from you, because it's easy to go back to the, I have to have a label. I have to have this person in my life. I have to, when really you don't have to have anything, okay? Like you just need to learn Santosha, and Santosha is learning to be content with what is in this now moment, even if what is in this now moment isn't what you want. Can you learn to be content with that now, and in that energy of being content? Your Achilles heel here is coming through, and it's saying that that is your Achilles heel, is the want for a relationship. To not feel alone, to not be perceived as alone, to not feel like, you know, I feel like this energy of feeling crushing it, like something's crushing on your chest of, I can't do this, like I can't, you know, I gotta have somebody in my court. Like the only way I'm gonna make it to the next level is if I have somebody behind me, standing with me. And again, it doesn't have to be on the spiritual journey. This could just be in life in general. You know, maybe it's that you just want somebody to cheer you on in this unique job that you have. You want somebody to be there through thick and thin, through whatever it is that you're experiencing in life. But that's your Achilles heel. So that is what Source is bringing up here. Is there a way for you to find truth within yourself, of how you can offer that to yourself and not put that on someone else? And the interesting thing here is the relationship as a whole, right? So there's this energy coming through that you're both actually sent towards each other in this time to teach each other a very valuable lesson, and that is to be confident and okay with who you are right now in this energetic moment, in this time, in this space, in whatever's going on in your life, whether that's the good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful. It doesn't matter. Can you be okay and happy with that as is? You're definitely gripping on to this, though. There's this energy coming through here, not wanting to let go. There's an action that is taking place now, which is talking about what I was saying before. I feel like there's this energy of you guys taking action towards wanting to be in this relationship so badly that it's like, I'll do whatever it takes. And it's more or less, can you let go? Because it's as you're holding on, I'm seeing a hand that's turning red and getting chafed from this idea, right? It's like being tight, so tightly wrapped around your hand that you're just not able to see anything other than what it is. And it's the fear. There's definitely a fear that's coming through here. There is a sense of underlying greed, but I feel like that does derive from a past life situation. Now, past life doesn't necessarily mean a past life that you've lived. Past life could be applied to your life as a younger person, you know, up until this point. That's your past life, right? It's in the past. And so there's like this energy that you've experienced in your life where it's like you're living out a belief that someone put into you, that someone put on you, that somebody put into your energetic field, saying that you have to be this way. And it's like letting that go is what's so scary right now. I feel like it's getting triggered a lot right now. I feel like there's a lot of energetic overwhelm coming from here, and that's okay. You know, we've all experienced it. I think it's just something that as you go, when it comes to love, we have to learn to be open and okay to what is and what could be and what might be, you know, and not what we think has to be, because that's not necessarily how it works out. Okay, so let's see, what do you feel towards them? Yeah, just this deep sense. I love that we got the moon coming out here, and it's great because I was saying that earlier. There's this energy. It's like so deep. It's like below the surface deep connection. 1212 is a very powerful number for you. There's this energy of just such a deep love, like unconditional love, acceptance. And I feel like there's also this thankfulness of them even just being in your life, you know, regardless of what's happened. Like, you're just very happy that they're here in your life. However, there's like needing to go to this next step, and it's very subconscious. Again, when the moon talks about the things we don't see, right? And so there's a subconscious lesson that's coming through here. Excuse me, that's needing to let go of the cycles that you've lived, and that maybe your parents have lived, or maybe your guardians have lived, or your grandparents or family members, right? That I have to hold on to this love, because if I don't hold on to this love, then, you know, there's something wrong with me. And there's nothing wrong with you at all. There is a tad bit of what's the word here, Source? What do you want me? I feel it. I feel this energy. And I'm trying to put a word on it here. There's this sense of I don't want to say that. That doesn't really sound that good. Okay. Crabbiness. It's just like resistance when someone says no, when someone says this isn't necessarily the right time for this connection. There's this sense of you wanting to reach out and be like, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what's going on. And I'm not really sure, like, there's just this upset that goes with it, right? Like, and Source is pointing that out. There's just this duality it's being present here. And there's a need to balance that out when you're only taking action to do things to get this connection. You know, obviously you want love. You're here on this reading to try and figure out what the heck is going on with this connection. It's a really deep connection. I love them so much, obviously. But why don't they love me that way? And we'll get into that. But there's this need to just be okay with where you are in this moment and what is going on. Also, you guys may be dealing with a deep-seated mother wound, and that's a lack of nurturing, right? You're not sure how to nurture yourself in a deeper way, and you're not sure how to open yourself up to that nurturing. And that's definitely coming through here. And so there's a need to really sit down and say, what would you do with this person? Okay, like, how would you nurture them? How would you care for them? How would you love them? And then, how would you do that for yourself? That's not easy. It's not. And I get that. I do. I get that. I get that nurturing yourself, it's so much easier to take care of somebody else, right? And that's fine. But that's why they're saying here that it's so important for you to look deeper within and say, what did you not get from somebody who was a feminine in your life, that was a caretaker of sorts? And again, not everybody is going to be a mother, right? Not everybody that's going to be, but there's the feminine wounding here. And they call it the mother wound because it's a lack of nurturing that we didn't get as a child. It's a lack of nurturing that we didn't get in our adolescence or even in our young adult years. It's not that life was wrong. It's not that anything was crazy, but that's a thing. And what you feel for them is this need. You want to nurture them, and you want it to grow, and you want it to be beautiful. Like, I'm seeing this image of you cooking and cleaning for them and getting all their favorite things, giving them every gift that they want, taking them to the moon and back. Like, there's just this real depth here coming through of love, and it's beautiful. It's really beautiful. And what Source is asking you in this is, how do you give that back to yourself? Because there's this need to nurture yourself, which is why we do have the moon coming up here describing what you feel for them, because we can only love a person as much as we love ourselves. And if you're not practicing those deep self-love rituals, it's really hard to bring love into a connection with somebody. Even if you love them more than you've ever loved another person in your life, that's fine. However, when things don't go your way, or when things get upset, that is definitely when you have these moments of not feeling good enough, or feeling like they're not nurturing you, or feeling like your self-worth is taking a toll on you because you didn't do something that you think you should have, rather than just being human. And sometimes humans just don't agree, or they clash, or they have moments of insecurities, and that's what this nurturing yourself will help bring you into a place of true strength within yourself and loving yourself, which is what you want. And I feel like you guys have definitely gotten signs of this as well. Something tells me you guys are thinking of your person a lot. And when you think of your person a lot, like, maybe you guys are getting nudged to work out, or maybe you guys are getting nudged to meditate, or maybe you guys are getting nudged to paint or write or something like that. And you don't, because you're so focused on this other person. And those nudges, and it could be anything, guys, these are just examples, those nudges are actually what is going to take you into a space of presence. And that presence is what's going to help you clear out all this deep subconscious wounding that's being brought forth with this person, right? So obviously, if you want to know why they don't love you like you love them, it's making you feel like you're not worthy of the love that you desire, which is the furthest thing from the truth. You are so worthy of what you desire, okay? Now, what do they feel for you? Well, I'm just going to say you make them feel super, super anxious, like very on edge. And I think there's this energy that you present. You're very loving and nurturing to others, right? And that's great. And I think that that's kind of overwhelming, and it can come across as smothering. I'm not saying you smother. I'm saying it can come across as that way. And sometimes people perceive you to be someone that you might not necessarily be. And that kind of scares this person, because in their life, okay, Source is pointing out in their past life, this person was smothered and neglected by father. Right? They were neglected by father. So you guys definitely mirror each other in that sense. And it makes them feel like they don't have control. They want to have control over themselves. They want to have control in their lives. But they're not able to have control. I do want to get one clarifying card for this. Wow, okay. Yeah. So the Wheel of Fortune came out in the reverse, guys. They don't want to complete the cycle. They don't want to let go of the past. And that's how they view you. That's how they feel about you. Maybe you guys have a history, right? And it's in that history that you guys, maybe you broke up and you're trying to get back together. You realize that you guys just love each other so much, right? And that's a beautiful thing. Of course it is. But this individual that you're thinking of, they're so afraid of the past repeating itself. And that's a constant question that they ask themselves, you know. Why do things fall apart for me? Why do things happen? Why do I feel like I can't connect? Why do I feel like, you know, I'm so distant? Why do I feel singled out? And you're probably over there like, they're not. I'm here, you know, and I get it, but they don't feel that way, okay? And there's nothing that you can say, collective, that's going to make them feel that way. Like, there's nothing that's going to make them feel better about what it is that's going on in their lives. This is a lesson that they have to learn. And they too are getting triggered by their past situations because of you. And it's something that you have to just let them deal with. Like, you can't grab their hand and take them through their healing process. You know, you can't grab their hand and say, oh, you know, you don't need to worry about that. I apologize about the lighting, guys. It's kind of odd. Let me see if I can change it just a tad here. Okay. Okay, that's better. And that's what they're saying here. Like, you guys just have to let them open up to, this person has to heal because they don't feel like they have a right to love, and they don't feel like they have a right to feel. And so this could be the masculine, you guys could be the feminine. Gender does not matter here, but you guys could be more feeling and loving and understanding and empathetic and sympathetic to situations. And your person is more hard and action oriented, and they want a solution rather than showing up with kindness and compassion. And they show up that way with themselves, and that's how they show up in this connection. They show up with a lack of kindness, a lack of compassion, a lack of a feeling. Really, it looks like a lack of feeling, but it's not. They're just blocking out the feeling, because to feel means that it's overwhelming, right? Especially for masculine energy. In order to embrace the feminine, to be balanced, a balanced masculine will be able to feel and feel deeply. However, that is not something that the masculine energy, and again, gender does not play a role here, but that's not something that the masculine energy is taught. And a lot of feminines grew up living in that masculine energy, which is always action oriented. You can't feel. You just need to deal with it, get over it. There's nothing wrong. You know, you're wrong if you feel. And that's what this person is feeling right now. And you're triggering that. It's not that they don't care about you. They're just in this energy of like, holy moly, I do not know what to do. I'm overwhelmed. I don't know if I can handle this. I don't know what I'm going to do. And they feel like that their past is playing a huge part in this connection right now. And that's what frightens them the most here. Always the past, right? Okay, so your perspective of the relationship. Okay. Yeah, you think that it's healing. You believe that it's healing. You believe that it's growing. You believe that there's, you know, some balance that's going to come in here. And in your mind, okay, like as you perceive this, you see a blending of opposites. So you guys could be complete opposites, like whether that's zodiac signs or whether that is, you know, like somebody's light skin, somebody's dark skin, somebody is from a different country, you know, like you guys have different cultures, you guys have different backgrounds. Like maybe you grew up with your family, they grew up without. You know, there's all these opposite type of tracks, but you see being able to blend. It could be that they also have a family, or you have a family that's pre-started, and you guys see being able to blend these together and being able to merge together in a beautiful place. And honestly, like, again, like I said, you guys are really well. Like, you guys are in a very good energy. You guys are in a very good place. However, there's this need to bring that back to self, because I still feel this action-oriented energy that is towards trying to only heal to get this connection. And it's like Source keeps bringing that back to back up a little bit. There's a need for change. on your part, how can you blend the masculine and feminine within yourself by nurturing and caring about yourself, by loving yourself, by being true to yourself? You know, like, there's definitely this need to go within, and this need to go over what it is that you see as yourself, perceiving yourself, because you do perceive this relationship as a beautiful healing. And it's like they've helped you heal on a much deeper level than I think you would have ever gotten from anybody else. And you're aware of that, and you're happy about that, and you're thankful for that. Like I said, you're in the beginning, there's this energy of being grateful that they've been in your life, and having that beauty, you know. I'm definitely getting Sagittarian vibes like crazy. You guys could be dealing with a Sagittarius. Again, the zodiac signs don't matter. However, there's so much Sagittarian energy right now. It is absurd. And I feel like why Source is also bringing that up is that it's okay for you guys to go and party and be fun and be light and playful. You know, the Sagittarius is like the party of the zodiac. They love to party. They love to get deep and philosophical. You guys maybe need to join a group where you can share your beliefs and share your ideas with other people, rather than waiting for somebody to come into your life as a lover, and that's the only person that you give those to, those ideas, those connections, those inspirations, those aspirations that you have. Maybe you could just join a group that has similar likes and similar things to you, or just an open space, or create a space where you can invite other people in that can also share their ideas, right? So yeah, that's coming out. So you guys definitely have a deep perspective on life. I think you guys see a lot of repeating numbers as well. I feel like 88 has a huge significance in your part and on your life, and in your life and on your part. And that's just talking about karmic cycles, but it's also talking about abundance. Once you clear out these karmic cycles, you fresh start into a new cycle of abundance, right? And there's right now what's been going around has to come around, and you guys are definitely mirroring each other in a very interesting sense. Like 18, 26, 26, 12, 12, 13, 13. These are numbers that I'm seeing right now that are coming through very strongly. Right? So it's like, let's see what your relationship to you is. Oh, Source. Okay, so this is how they perceive you. And this person, like I said, you guys have a very deep connection. This person sees beyond your masks. So while you're doing healing, while you're doing these things, they see the other side of you, okay? And they see you guys as being impulsive, and they see you guys as taking unnecessary risks, and they see you guys, again, not embodying that divine feminine. I can't make this up. We got the Empress in the reverse for their perspective of you. They see you guys as an empress. They see you as a queen, as a goddess, as a god, as this beautiful energy, right? They do. But they also see deeper than that, and they see beyond the masks. And because of that, they see a deep truth that you're not ready to see yet. And this is a lot of their higher selves coming in here. So on a deep soul level, they see you as trying to please them. And because of that, like, that is kind of like a repulsion, right? So it's like, as you're trying to please them, that's what's making them run. And it's just kind of like this dynamic. I'm not saying you're chasing them, but there's still like that energy coming through. And so it's interesting that the Empress would come out. I don't know. I'm turning these cards over as I'm going, guys. There's plenty of them that are still, face down on the table, right? So I'm revealing them to you as that's it. I know them as you know them. So, but what's going on here is, like, they notice you guys doing this. Like, they notice that you're willing to please them. They notice that you're willing to take care of them. And again, there's that manipulation that's coming through. They play on that a little bit to their advantage. And I'm not telling you this to make you mad at them. I'm saying that's how they see you. They see you in that energy of like, oh, I can manipulate my collective, because my collective is going to do what it is that I want them to do. Like, they're going to come towards me. They're going to tell me what I want to hear. They're going to give me their energy. They're going to give me their time. I'm going to get them off track. And that makes me feel like a big bad boss, right? You've got them on a pedestal and they know that. And so they're really pointing that out. And there's this lack of creativity that's coming through. And they see you guys not creating for yourselves. They see you guys creating for in hopes of them. And because of that, it's creating this imbalance. And so again, we have another card on the table that's pointing at that divine feminine energy. Like I said, it was coming through so strong. It was coming through at an exponentially high rate right now. There's this deep need to nurture yourselves and to mother yourselves. And they see that. But they don't want to admit it, and they're not ever going to admit that to you, because when you give them your energy, it makes them feel like a god or a goddess, whether they're a man or woman, it doesn't matter. It makes them feel good about themselves, and it strokes their ego, and they don't want to let go of that because it keeps them where they're at. Like, they're constantly seeking that egoic energy. And like I said, in what we had on the bottom of the deck, there's that negative energy, and I feel like every time you entertain this person, or if you have entertained them, or if you're thinking about entertaining them, every time, what ends up happening is that you feel really low energy after a while. Like I said, your self-worth feels down in the dumps. You don't feel good enough to have them as a partner in your life, let alone any love. You know, it's kind of like, why me, poor me, always me, bad luck me. You know, and it's not a bad thing. It's not. It's just I'm saying that this person realizes that, and they play on that as your weakness, and they know that, but you're not sure of that yet, and you haven't figured that out yet. And so that's their perspective on you, is that you have this weakness of always giving them what they want. And I'm not saying that's weakness, because that can also turn into your greatest strength. However, right now, there's this infinite need of wanting to be approved of by them, and because of that, you keep running back to them, and they use that to their advantage. And that's not a healthy place to be at, right? Like, that's not healthy at all. So, let's see. What do they love the most? I can't. I'm done, guys. I'm done. This is crazy. The Hermit in the reverse came out. Exactly that. They love the most. What do they love the most about you right now in this moment is the fact that you are not doing the self-healing. When it comes to them, I'm not saying you guys are healing. You guys are in a good place on your journey. You guys are confident. You guys feel free. You guys feel, empowered, and you guys feel good about yourselves. However, there's this lack of self-love that's coming through, and that's what they love about you the most, is because they know, I can't. This person is very egotistical. They're in a very shady place, and they bring you down. Every time you think about them, they're winning. Every time you give them your energy, they're winning. And remember, your energy doesn't even have to be your time towards them. It could just be like thinking about Paul. Oh, Paul. Paul and I were married. This is what our life would be. That's giving them your energy, and they feel that, right? Energy is very strong, and it's very deep, and it's like strumming on a guitar string. When you strum that guitar, it vibrates, right? And it'll vibrate for a while, and even after it's like gone quiet, it's still vibrating on a very low level, and you might not be able to hear it, but it's still there vibrating, right? And that's what's going on. So you strike the chord, and they feel that, and that's what they love about it. And so we've got the Hermit in the reverse here, and it's just this energy of them, like, really digging the fact that you give them so much of your time and energy, and that you're so worried about the future when it comes to them. And it's like, it almost makes them feel like they're in control of the situation, but no one is. Like, no one's in control of this. No one's in control of this love. Not even you. No one can control this. And the reason being is because at the end of the day, love comes down to how we feel about ourselves. And so When you love yourself unconditionally, first of all, you would not put up with this type of energy at all. You'd be like, look, I'm done. Get out. I don't want your bullshit. Excuse me, but I don't want it. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with that crap. I don't want to deal with your shenanigans. I don't want to deal with your chaos. So go ahead, get out, right? But that's what they love the most. That's what they love the most. That's insane. The Hermit. They love that you guys have a lot of sexual energy towards them. They love that, like I heard blinded by the light, like you're blinded by their light. And I don't feel like you guys are blinded by their light. You're blinded by the love that you feel for them. It's not their light. But they feel like it's their light. They feel like, oh, I shine so bright that I got my collective all up in stitches. Their panties are in knots. And it's like, I'm not saying you guys are. I'm saying that's what this person loves the most about you. That's some really ugly energy. Like, that is not pretty at all. That is not pretty at all. I feel like I need to get a clarifying card just for this, because there's just this funky ass. It's just funky. It's just really funky. Interesting. The Fool came out horizontal. And it did not want to be in the upright or the reverse, guys. It flew out in the horizontal. This person, they like being low-key jerks. Like it makes them feel like they're like being a bully, right? Like, you know how bullies like to be bullies sometimes, and it's like oftentimes it's because they were bullied. And I feel like your person was very much bullied when they were a child, or they were bullied in their past life, or whatever it is, but very much a bully. And they use everything that you bring to them as fuel to get their way with you. This person could have some mental situations going on. I'm not here to diagnose that by any means, but I do get this energy like this person could be bipolar, they could be narcissistic, they could be just sociopath, you know, whatever it is. This person just enjoys your misery. They enjoy it. And you know why? It's because they've been able to control everybody in their life like this before. It's like the promise of something great. That's what's coming through. It's like the promise of something great. I'm going to give you everything that you want. We're going to have this great life together. And then they bunk out. And whoever it is that came to them is left wondering. And they really believe that they're God's gift to man, God's gift to woman. Like, this is how your person feels. Like I said, they're very much in this very ego energy, like ego run, like, look at me, look at me, look at me. I'm the star. I'm the one of the show. Like, everybody does what I want. And you shine so bright, collective. You guys are shining so bright. You're so beautiful. You're this gorgeous individual. Okay, you have this beautiful energy about you guys. And you're different from everybody else, and they really believe that they got a hold on you. And like I said, for you, it's deeper than that. It's the connection that you feel. And I understand that. But they really, truly enjoy this energy of making you feel like you're crazy, and you're not. You're not crazy. You have a connection. Hello. We've seen that in the reading already. You have this insane connection with them. You have this deep connection with them. It's on a different level type connection with them, and you give them anything, but there's that fear of loving self, of feeling selfish and loving self. That's selfish because I'm not giving to another person. However, when you give to yourself, you realize that you're better than this, okay? And I'm not saying you're better than them. You just deserve better than this. You deserve to be treated better than this. And they're in their own level. They're in that's funky energy, guys. Like that, I don't like that energy at all. I don't like where they're at. They're very negative. They're very pessimistic. They're very, like, basically they blame everybody, okay? So it's like their bad luck, they blame on you. They're upset, they blame you. They're upset, they blame them. They're failing with their money, they blame so-and-so. They blame everybody but themselves, and they don't take accountability for their own actions. You know, we're in the business of coming into a day and age where we got to take accountability for ourselves and not put it on anybody else anymore, because it's not. It doesn't have anything to do with anybody else. It has to do with us. Right? It's just an interesting place. Wow. So what can you do to get more attention and love from them? Oh, Lord, Lord. Uh, you guys are not going to like this. And I'm here to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. I'm an intuitive reader, so what comes through is what comes through. But I heard it. Get the hell on. Move on. Move on. Move on. Move on. You guys ultimately, okay, you ultimately have the decision to make. Regardless of what I say or what anybody says, what any reader says, it doesn't matter. You guys have free will. You can choose to do what works best for you, and that's what you need to do. Okay? But we have something about looking at the dualities here. The good and the bad. It's like maybe making a list of pros and cons. Like, can you make a list of pros and cons? What really works good for this connection? What really works good for you? Is this connection everything you thought it would be? And if it's not, then what can you do to put yourself into a higher vibration? And not for them. We need to take that off the table, okay? Like, you can't do it for them because you're doing it for somebody. It's like trying to lose weight for somebody else. As soon as that person says something against you, say you've lost 50 pounds, and that person's like, well, if only you'd lost 60 pounds, doesn't that make you just want to stop? So it's like, that's kind of what's going on here. It's like, for love, you're like, but I'm doing this for love. And they're like, yeah, we're never going to love each other like that. It's not that they don't love you. It's not about that. This person is in a very weird energy of thinking that they're better than everybody and they want everybody to exalt them. Let me get a clarifying card for what my collective can do to get more love and attention from them. This is like moving away, though. Like, that's, yeah, that I can't with you guys. So the Empress came out in the upright. Become the Empress. Show yourself love. Isn't it weird? They see you guys as the Empress in the reverse, and how can you get more love and attention from them? Of course, that's what everybody's looking for, but you have to change, right? And so you guys have to come into this place of truly being strong for yourselves, loving and nurturing, taking care of yourself. Whether that's waking up every day and giving yourself a makeover, or doing your hair, or doing your nails, or dressing up, or like whatever it is that makes you feel good. Maybe every week you go to the salon, or if you can't afford that, can you do an at-home spa experience? These are things that will help you guys embrace that nurturing and caring. If you guys are tired, take a nap. If you guys are overwhelmed, can you come into a meditation? These are all beautiful things of self-care. I'm a big advocate for yoga. I'm a big advocate for meditation. I'm a big advocate for prayer, right? These are all things that you can do for yourself that will bring you into a state of self-love. And that's what's going on here, To be the Empress means that you do not take anybody's funny business, right? You do what's best for you, and you lay into that, right? Hold on just a second, guys. I apologize. We were about to lose the music. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I got frequencies playing. But yeah, they want you guys, like Circe is saying, it's up to you to change, to put yourselves on a path of positivity, to put yourselves on a path of power, to put yourselves on a path of strength. How do you do that? By loving yourself. We live this life not for others. We live this life for ourselves, and that's not selfish. But it feels selfish because we've always been told to put others first. And you guys are very good at that. You guys, often you could become people pleasers, and you guys might be aware of that. You guys might be familiar with that term, and you guys might know that that's what you do. And maybe that's something you're wondering, like, I just don't know how to break that. And to begin breaking that means to put yourself first. Like, if you spent all day helping everybody, then don't be afraid to take an hour to yourself at night. If you're putting your life on hold to help others, it's okay to say no, right? So again, how can you receive more attention and love from them? You got to take care of yourself. You got to love yourself. You got to do what's best for yourself. And guys, on this journey, you may start over 100 times, and that's okay. It's all about finding what works best for you and making it yours and being authentic to yourself. And that's what the Empress is. Like, she doesn't care about what anybody else thinks of her. She does what's best for her. And because of that, she allows space for others to be true to themselves and to be open to being authentic of themselves, right? Which is a beautiful place to be. So, where are they going? This is the path that they're taking. So that was one of the cards that flipped over. You guys definitely are mirroring each other in a way that you guys did not know. But they're on the path to love. You guys are on the path to love. I can't say that it will be with this person. Again, there's any amount of things that can happen that can change. You could make a decision today that would affect that tomorrow. And don't feel bad about that. Like, don't let that be the reason you don't make any decisions, okay? Please. No, I'm just saying, like, ultimately, a fool thinks he knows everything, okay? And so that's not something I'm like, oh yeah, you're going to be with this person. But you both are on the path to love. They're on the path to opening up to love. Because right now, they're incapable of opening up to love. Like, they're incapable of loving themselves. They probably judge themselves pretty harshly. Behind closed doors, they do not have emotional reserves to give. But let's see. Can I please get a clarifying card for this source? May I please have a clarifying card for where they are going? Where's my collective's person going? Can you please give me a clarifying card for that? Can you please give me a clarifying card for where my collective's person is going? Maybe. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so what do we got here? We have the Ten of Wands in the horizontal. So it's a 50-50 chance. Your person likes to get involved in things that don't pan out. It's like basically maybe they fall in love with people who are very greedy or toxic or not willing to love them or putting them in a weird place or only wanting them for their money or what it is that they have to offer. You're probably aware of this. But they have a lot of responsibilities in their life, and they put their responsibilities above you. They put their responsibilities above their family. They put their responsibilities above everybody. Even if their responsibility is their family, they take that responsibility label, and that label becomes more than anything, okay? And so it's almost like being the controller in their life, being the controller here, being the controller there, and their excuse is, that's my responsibility. And when they realize that it's not, and they complete this cycle, it's up to them whether they complete the cycle or not. For this to come out in the horizontal, it's basically saying some will and some won't. And can you be okay with that? Can you be okay with whatever the outcome may be and not try and push it? And it's saying, because some of them, they're going to come forward and they're going to say, hey, you and I, we've been through a lot together. Let's build a friendship. But there are going to be some others that won't ever let go of their responsibility because they're just too far gone into that emotional egoic energy. And it's not that they don't love you guys. They're on the path to learning love, but too little too late is what I'm hearing. And we might say, oh, it's never too late. No, but sometimes what happens is we don't put in enough effort. And because we choose not to put in the effort, we lose out on sometimes the best opportunities that we would have ever gotten. So too little, too late. And again, perspective. I keep hearing that perspective. Their perspective is skewed. Like, they see things from a very materialistic place. And it's not that this person doesn't have a lot of love to give. They do. They've just buried their love under years and years and years of hurt and pain and sorrow and suffering. And they don't want to dig that up, because to dig that up means that they got to deal with that. And to deal with that means that they got to really observe that on a much deeper level. And every which way they are, it's like you're looking right at them, but they have their back turned to you in so many different situations. It's like, it's not that you guys aren't friends. I feel like maybe at one point you guys were very close. Like I said, there's a history here for a lot of you guys coming through. But there's this energy that's also coming. Is like, even when in your history with your guys' memories, they still had their back turned to you because they knew that you put them on a pedestal, and they relished in that, and they never were there for you like you were for them. And I feel like that's being brought back to how can you receive more love and attention from them, right? Of course we all want their love and attention. Of course it would be great if tomorrow they called us and be like, hey baby, I've loved you all along. Let's go get married. Let's live the life of our dreams. Let's travel the world. Let's have a family. Let's do this. Let's get a dog and a white picket fence. We all know that's not going to happen. Like, that's not the way that this works, right? And I feel like that's just reiterating here that it's like, even though you guys maybe have a history, but looking at the pros and cons of this connection, it's not to say that it's a good connection, a bad connection. It's a deeply felt connection, and that has its own beauty in it, regardless if that beauty brings suffering and pain or not. Right? It's not easy. It's not easy. Are your paths aligning? Are your future plans similar? No. Right now, no. Right now, there's a very, very childish energy that's coming from this connection, okay? That's both parties playing a part, okay? Childish in the sense of you're not wanting to love yourself on a deeper level because you just want to be in this connection, which I understand. I get that. And for them, they're more about the physical aspect of it. They want the sex. They want that. That's really all they want. There's really nothing else to that. They have a very childish view, and you guys could have slept with each other. You might not. You might not have slept with each other. Regardless, though, there's this childish energy that's coming through here that, you know, they want your body. They want you physically. They want everything that goes physically with that, but they don't want to give you anything emotionally. Because to give you something emotionally means they would have to open up that levee that they closed so long ago and let the floodwaters commence, and they don't want to do that. That is too much. That is overwhelming, right? And that hurts, and that means that a lot of pain is going to be brought up here. Also, there's this unknowing. Like, there's this fear of the unknown. There's this energy of being afraid of what could potentially happen. Let's get a clarifying card source. Can I please understand a little bit more about why right now their paths are not aligning? Can you give me a little bit more information here? Okay, they want these two. I'll take them. Control. Your control. Yes. Okay. So, honestly, I'm just going to say what I was saying is they've got a lot of repressed energy. They have a lot of stuff that they don't want to deal with. They are weak in the sense of dealing with emotions, right? And they feel like emotions are weakness, and your emotions are oftentimes your biggest vulnerabilities, which become your greatest strengths. But for them, no, that's not how it works. But for you, there's going to be someone, something, or a guide, an angel, a sign. There's going to be something that comes through that gives you help and leads you on beyond this, whatever that is, okay? It could be anything. It could be as simple as this reading just gave you clarity on what the decision is that you need to make moving forward. It could be as much as you guys realizing that, you know, like the pros and cons list. It could be that. It could be you guys getting a sign from someone else and having a friendship with this someone else. It could be anything coming through. It could be just angel numbers. It could be your guides speaking to you through meditation. It could be you having a connection with Source and prayers answered. Whatever it is, there's going to be something that comes through, and that is Source giving you guys help because your prayers have been answered. Your prayers have been heard. It's just that, you know, what's that song? When you can't help it and you fall to your knees and you look into the sky and you say a prayer, you want to know the answer why. But it might not always be what you want it to be, right? It's like there's this song, and I can't remember the name of it right now, and I wish I knew it well enough because I'd sing it for you guys, but I don't know it well enough right now. So yes, you guys might hear me sing on my channel. It's cool. It's just who I am. But if I knew it well enough, I would definitely sing it for you guys. I just don't know it right now. So I wish I remembered the name of the song, but that's what it says. It's just like saying sometimes the answer isn't what you want it to be, and can you be okay with that? Like, can you? Or is that the end of your life? Because that's not what it is. So for them, I feel like that's why these two cards in particular came out. You guys have a sexual attraction to each other. It's very deep sexual attraction, and it feels good. And you guys like to sleep with each other. If you haven't slept with each other, it's definitely something you both think about all the time. But that's what it is. That's all it's going to be right now, because there's too much healing to do with this connection, okay? And I know not everybody wants to hear that. I know a lot of people just want to hear, yeah, you guys are going to get together tomorrow. Like, I'm so happy for you all. But the reality of the situation is that when you come into these deeper soul connections, or these connections that you just can't explain, regardless of what you believe in, right? It's just, you just can't explain it. You don't know what the words are. You don't know what the label is. You don't know what it is. You want to explain it. You want to be able to say, hey, it's because this person and I XYZ, but you don't. It's like ever since you met, it was just unexplainable, like why you have this attraction towards this person when you never ever felt that way towards somebody else. It's a sexual attraction, and the reason it's a sexual attraction is because it's like, for you right now, my collective, it's so important for you guys to say, I belong, I belong, I belong, I belong, and keep saying it over and over again, because you don't feel like you belong. I would say the same for them. They need to say the same thing. This is a root chakra situation that's coming through, but for them, it's more connected to the sacral chakra of not being able to feel, right? And they don't, so regardless if you believe in chakras or not, it's fine. For you, you don't feel like you belong here. You don't feel like you have a footing here. You feel like you don't fit in anywhere. You feel like you're singled out every time you go out. Like you just, you feel so separate from everything. And for them, they feel like they're not allowed to feel, so nothing can make them feel anything. When they feel something, that's a vulnerability, and Lord, forgive me if I'm vulnerable, because that's a weakness, and I can't appear weak because I have to be strong. And for you, you're going to get clarity on it. Like, you're going to be given some sort of information, some sort of energy, some sort of sign, something that's going to come through for you guys, however that works for you guys, because everybody is different. You guys are going to get some clarity on the situation, and you're going to understand it on a much deeper level, and it's going to be like you're going to feel free, you know, a sense of freedom from not only this connection, but with self, and you're going to be able to focus more on yourself and recreate. I feel like 3 is a powerful number for you, and 3 is all about creation. You know, when we talk about 3, when you plant a seed, it's the moment when it finally peeks out of the ground, and it's like, I'm here, I'm this little plant, I'm barely, you know, like whatever, I just finished growing my roots, and they're gonna grow with me now, but here I am. And it's just a teeny little sapling that comes out. And I feel like that's what you guys are going to feel very new to this next stage in your life, this next stage on your journey. It's going to feel very new and uncertain. And what am I supposed to do, right? But that's good. That's a good place to be at, okay? So, can you follow them? Yes. I don't usually like yes or no questions. However, these spreads, some of them do have yes or no questions in them because there's a deeper meaning to it. And so, yes, you can. You can commit to following them. It's going to teach you a lot. It will. It'll teach you a lot of different things. In reality, though, like we got the Pope, right? In my deck is the Pope, and he's very like sought after for information. He likes to give advice. He's always being sought for advice. He's always somebody that's there helping others. Again, that energy is like coming back to me. It's like you're following them just to give them your energy, and so. Yeah, you can. I mean, it's not like it's a bad thing. You can definitely follow them. I do want to get a clarifying card for this because it's just interesting that it would come out the way that it came out. It's in the upright. but it's just where it's at. I keep hearing it's like, okay, so the Pope is connected with Taurian energy, okay? And Taurian energy is all about stability and beauty. Thank you, Source. The Ace of Swords came out, so it means that what they want me to talk about, this is what they want me to talk about. You know, Taurus is connected with Venus, and Venus is all about beauty and grace and harmonizing that and bringing that into your stability. You know, it's not just about foundational growth, it's about growth and beauty and self-love. And Taurians are great at giving themselves self-love. Like, they relish in the luxuries of self-love, like spa days and doing things for themselves. And like, when you have a Taurus that's in their very, very good energy, that's what's going on. And so for the Ace of Swords to come out in the upright to clarify that, like, just saying that, yeah, exactly, that's what they wanted me to talk about. I just wasn't sure where they wanted me to go with it, and then they gave me that insight. It's like, this is you guys coming into a balanced state and finding out what it is with your mind to your heart so that your body can follow, okay? And the reason being is because there's this energy, again, like I said, there's this disconnect with you, and it's almost like when you follow them or when you give them your energy, you feel like you belong. Right? There's that connection coming through again, and it's being around them that makes you feel like you belong, and it's being with them that makes you feel like you actually have a home somewhere. And even if they're not with you, at least you're not alone when you're checking up on them, or you're not alone when you see them struggling, or you're not alone when you see them post something. Even if it has nothing to do with you, it still gives you that little bit of connection with them. And Source is saying, like, that's not necessarily the way that you want to go. However, that is the truth here. Like, that is what, you know, that energy of feeling like you belong with them, and that need to have a space, right? Can you create that for yourself? And I feel like that's what the main thing is this reading. Why don't they love you as you love them? Because you don't love yourself as you love them, right? And you can only give a person the love that you love yourself as, and that's not always easy to look at. So we have, should you follow them? So guys, I cannot make this up, okay? I put the deck down and I just happened to flip it over, and we have the Tower, or the House of God. In my deck, it is called the House of God, right? It's the mansion of God, the house of God, in the reverse. And I flip over, should you follow them? And look guys, I can't make that up. I was so shocked. I was like, I can't. Like, that is basically, you don't want to face reality, right? People say, you know, you're trying to avoid a Tower moment. It's not even about avoiding, guys, look at what's underneath. Look at this. I cannot make that up. That is what was underneath the Tower. That is so trippy, guys. That is so, I freaking love you, Source. Thank you so much. You follow them? Yes, you can. Should you follow them? No, because you guys don't want to face reality, right? It's when the House of God is in the reverse, it's like being in that emotional ego and not wanting to heal that part of yourself. Like, why do you feel alone? Why do you feel like you don't belong? And why is there anything inside of you saying that you have to belong or be the same as another person? You don't. Your beauty is that you're unique, and that's what is great, and that's what's the beautiful thing that you bring to life. But guys, we have this energy coming out. I was going to get a clarifying card, but now I know I don't need to, because look, on the bottom of the deck are the last two cards in this spread, in the exact same order. All because I wanted to get a clarifying card for the last one. You guys don't want to face the reality that this is a one-sided love, because you guys are willing to give your love to others, but you don't want to give it to yourself. $333 coming up again. A very powerful number for you guys. You guys are in this energy of not wanting to see, like, to see the truth, to understand. It's like basically saying, this question here, are your future plans similar enough to be together? No, they're not, because they are in a very emotional ego, and you're in that place where I'll give you whatever you want just as long as you love me. Codependency. Codependency is coming through so strong. So strong right now. And guys, it's you have to be strong enough to see that you don't need to depend on anybody, okay? You want love, sure. You don't need love. You need to love yourself, okay? Like, if there's a need of anything, it's to love yourself. You know, let's put some oracles on this, because I feel like that's pretty clear. Like, you keep feeling like you have a reversal of bad luck, but your reversal of bad luck is because every time there may be an opportunity that presents itself for you to actually move beyond this, you revert back to going and looking at this person's profile, or you revert back to stalking this person on social media, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, right? And Snapchat. You guys are constantly looking at them, constantly hoping that they're going to see you and understand you. And it's not that they don't, they see you. But again, they're only wanting your energy because you put them in this place of like, yeah, I'm the big bad wolf and everybody should do what I want. And your energy is too precious for that, okay? Your energy is way too precious for that. Alright, they feel like, no, they don't want that one. One more. May I please have some oracle cards for this reading? Okay, they want this one. Oh, I feel like that one wants to go there. Let me get these out, guys. I can't with you. That is so... It happens all the time. I've been reading professionally since 2018, and it just doesn't matter, guys. Like, I'm not here to tell you all about myself or anything like that, but I feel like it just never ceases to amaze me, the wonders of Source and the things that we cannot see and the synchronicities that we always receive, right? So you guys made it here. I appreciate your time so very much. It means so much to me. And I just love you guys. And make sure you smash that subscribe button down below so you guys know when the next video does come out. And hit that like button too, guys. If this resonates with you, hit that like button. Source, may I please have some oracles for this reading? Yep. Alright, cool. That makes so much sense. That wants to be there. I can't with you guys. I'm going to take the one that's on the bottom of the deck and you'll see why. And please have some oracle cards for this reading. I'm going to send you guys off with some guidance. Don't worry. Yeah. Thank you. Okay, you want it that way? I got you. They told me the other way. Not bad. Venus energy on the bottom. Give and receive love, see value, and see beauty. I can't make this stuff up, guys. What was I saying? They wanted me to talk about Taurian energy, and here you go. Here you go. Okay, let's put some love oracles on this Source. Can I please have some love oracles? Thank you. May I please have one more? Okay, they want me to stop. May I please have one more love oracle for this reading? Thank you. Oh, they gave me 2 more. Oh, wow, they gave me 3 more. Okay. I know, you guys are like, wow, that's a lot. I do want to get one of these. Because these are such great healing cards. I love to pull these oracles for myself. They're just so wonderful. The art on them is incredible. They're the Sacred Rebel cards, if you guys are interested. Please have one of these, Source. Okay, that's the one they want. Yeah, I got you. I understand. I totally understand why that one came out. And then I'm going to put some of my own oracle on it, guys. These are oracles that I created for love. These are very brutal truth statements, so if you guys trigger easily before we get to these, just so you know. They're just very blunt and forward statements, okay? They want 3 more. bottom of the deck. Daisy, the only thing brighter than this flower is your smile. So let's see it. I feel like that's a message from Source. Okay, guys, and if you hear some noise, it is super windy here, so I apologize. I have no control over the wind. What do we got? So we got Green Man synergy. Yeah, so there's this energy of needing to become synergistic with yourself, balancing out your heart chakra energy, balancing out your love for self, right? Like without the trees, we would not exist, because the trees give us oxygen, and the trees in turn breathe in the carbon. Is it the carbon? The CO2 that we breathe out? Sorry, guys, I'm not a scientist, right? But without that, we would not exist. Or like the bees are a good example too, because the bees pollinate the flowers, and without the bees, where would we be? We wouldn't have any flowers, and flowers are a very important role in the world. And so there's this energy of understanding without self-love, you're not in balance and you're not in synergy. And so you need to love yourself in order to receive love. 1111 showed itself just now, so that's an important number for you guys. Look, what was I talking about? They're afraid to be vulnerable, and we have meta vulnerability coming out here. They're so afraid of opening themselves up to this love, and they're so afraid of opening themselves up to healing. They really believe vulnerability is a weakness, and so for you, it comes down to you being vulnerable enough to love yourself. And for them, I feel like this is just that clarification coming through, showing that they really believe that feelings are a weakness. And look at how you guys are mirroring each other with the heart chakra energy coming through on both of these cards. So again, you guys definitely mirror each other. That's not a question here. So we have Virgo energy here, which is all about integrity, reverence, and service. So learning how to service the community around you through self-love, through caring about yourself, through doing the things that really bring you inspiration and light and love, and that will help you guys come into a very balanced state. And we have Jupiter, which is expand and grow, or grow and expand. And Jupiter is this Sagittarian energy again coming out here, all about growing spiritually and consciously, and letting go of the subconscious blocks that hold us down, and becoming that which we've always wanted to become, not because of another person, but because that's what we've always wanted to come. And so there's this deep energy of learning how to grow and expand for yourself, embracing that Jupiter energy, embracing that Sagittarian energy. Definitely important thing here for you guys. So let's see what we got going on. Also, you guys could actually be very spiritual and not know it yet. I don't know why that's coming through, but that is a message here that some of you guys are not aware of how spiritual you truly are. So we have number 16. Love is all around you. There is love everywhere all the time. Simply acknowledge this as truth. So I feel like it's upsetting to hear what has been said in this reading for you guys. It's not what you wanted to hear. You wanted to hear that they were going to drop everything and come running. I get that. But it's like, can you find the blessings in the small things, and can you be thankful for all the love that you already have in your life? Even if it doesn't feel like we do, I bet you can find something that's loving. Maybe you have a plant, and that's love, right? Because you have to be able to love a plant in order to make it grow. I just saw this on the bottom of the deck of the Sacred Rebel. We have 3, inspiration. And it's just interesting that this would come out on the bottom of the deck when I was talking about how important number 3 is for you guys. I'm not going to read that, but I did just want to say that, you guys are actually very inspiring, and you guys can very much motivate other people. And it comes from the lessons that you've learned on your journey. So we have number 7, which is funny because 16 is 1 plus 6 is 7. And then we have number 7 here. It says the only thing that is real is love. Shift your focus back to love. And seeing the world through eyes of unconditional love, accepting everybody as they are in this now moment, is so imperative on this journey. And 7 is all about bringing in luck to your life. And, in this case, it's you'll bring luck into your life if it is that you change what you're doing. We have number 45. Be supportive. Make a genuine effort to show that you care. This is to yourself, okay? It's about bringing emotions and love and kindness and generosity to yourself. You have the rainbow here, which is connecting and aligning with your chakras, bringing that beautiful alignment in, and, listening to your angels, your guides, or whatever it is that you believe in. If you don't believe in anything, listening to yourself, your higher self, not your ego, but that quiet voice that comes in when you go into meditation. It does exist, guys, wherever you're at on your journey. Demonstrate love. Find out what is important to those you love and act on it. We have number 48. Again, that perspective energy coming through here. This is so important to demonstrate love to yourself. You guys are so good at putting yourselves on the back burner. And if you are practicing self-love, there's just a need to do more of it, okay? And that's okay. And finding things that work out better for you. So for the animal oracles, this is why I pulled out the one on the bottom of the deck, but we have number 26, which is number 8, coming out again. We have ancestors and polar bear, and this is talking about it's your time to shine and not to live in your ancestral curses, your ancestral wounds, those deep-seated things that you might have had to experience because that's what your family went through or what you grew up in. And then we have number 3 with 30 here and songlines and orca. And this talks about it's your time to shine and let go of ancestral curses. So we have 2 ancestral cards coming through here, letting go of those old beliefs, letting go of those old energies that no longer serve you, right? And coming into a space of balance, into a space of love and truth and honor and integrity within self. And you guys will be thankful that that has happened. I'm going to read this one a little bit out of the book for you guys, but I'm going to get to that one last. Let's see what my oracle came out. It says, love is not about being perfect. Love is about being perfect together. And that just means that you guys are willing to discuss things and talk things through and not just disappear from one another when you get scared, you know? And it's like definitely important that you guys realize that on your journey. I fought myself, my greatest enemy, and then I became my greatest ally. And I feel like this is your energy coming through here, your higher self saying, you know, we fought this for a long time, but I'm no longer going to let myself be my own enemy, my own worst enemy. I'm going to let myself be my highest ally and be the one that's going to serve me on this journey. Broken hearts can be mended in time. Broken bloodlines can take generations to heal. I cannot make this up, guys. Ancestral energy coming through once again, right? Once again coming through, guys. This is so beautiful, so great. So, yeah, you guys are healing a broken heart right now. But here's the deal. Because you guys are healing a broken heart, that's better than you guys passing on generational curses to your children, to your generations that follow just because you wanted to be selfish and have this one person. That's what's selfish. Not you guys choosing yourself and loving yourself. If I knew then what I know now, we would be somewhere else together entirely. This is your person coming through, and they're just saying they just didn't know any better. They really don't know any better right now. They, you know, they're just kind of in their own place, doing their own thing, not worried about what's happening, what's coming next. And there's nothing that you can do about that. There's nothing you can do to change that, as much as we wish we could, right? You guys ultimately are on a beautiful path. So I want to leave it on this card. These are such wonderful healing cards, so we'll definitely get what's going on here. If you guys can see, just beautiful art with these 2 fish back here. You know, Piscean energy, sometimes there's going to be really high highs and really low lows. We do have sacral chakra energy coming through with this card, and just that beautiful feminine energy on here. It says, there is a call for more intimacy in your immediate relationships. That's the first line here. And yourself, with yourself, that's an immediate relationship, okay? There's an opening for a heart-to-heart communication that can salvage and restore broken friendship or relationship if you're willing to honor your differences and look to what unites you. Again, that love is all around you energy coming into. One person may be willing to live in the high definition, while another may prefer to live it more vicariously, until they have the confidence to step into the center stage of their own life story. We are not here to judge each other, just to love, to be loved, and to let go of those that cannot accept us as we open up to those who can. This oracle brings guidance for you to trust in the sanctity of the connections in your life. If you've asked to experience a more sacred connection with people who truly get you, want to play life with you rather than at odds with or against you, this is a confirmation that this manifestation is on its way to you now. It may or may not be obvious at first, but a kindred spirit or kindred spirits are going to enter your life to help you connect with your deeper feelings and creativity. Isn't that great? Wasn't I saying that, guys? Like, you just don't feel like you belong. And so you guys are manifesting soul tribe, soul family, or kindred spirits, people who are going to get you. And number 3 coming out again with that creativity energy coming through. It says they will give you wings to your inspirational ideas and big dreams. And we talked about that in this reading. If you've been asking for healing in your current friendships or other immediate relationships, know that this can happen through your willingness to express your true feelings and allow the situation to either fall apart or come together. And maybe that's something you need to do with this person. If you haven't already, tell them how you feel and tell them exactly how you feel and be brave. Like, that's hard to do. If you guys haven't done that, that's a very difficult thing to do. However, that might give you what you need to move forward. Okay? It says, sometimes webs that have joined people together are broken, and that is appropriate as people may outgrow what once held them together. Sometimes the ties that bind us together are so strong that they are able to withstand a great deal of pressure and still remain intact. The webs of connection between us will sever or sustain, based on the higher wisdom of life itself. Either way, healing happens in the resolution of our feelings, and we are once again able to feel free, forgive, and be ready to move on to the next stage of relating either with the person who has been in connection with us for a time or with someone new. This oracle asks you to remain open to the healing connections and to allow people close to you. Trust in the process that draws people in and out of your life. Resist nothing and seek wisdom in all. That's absolutely gorgeous. Like, you guys are in such a good place and you're learning so much about this journey, and that is a beautiful place to be at. Don't stunt your growth just because you wanted to be this person. And don't be afraid to be brave and tell this person exactly how you feel and maybe what it is that you have expectations about. That's okay to say what you have expectations about. That way, then it gives them space and room to say how they feel. And if they don't say anything, that's an answer too, you know? Saying nothing is the same as saying something. And that's something that you guys can definitely, you know, move on from after that, or take accountability for, or take credit for, whatever it is, guys, that will help you guys move forward. Okay, so this is what this channel is all about. Thank you so much for joining me. These are so deep, these are wonderful readings, and just know I'm so pleasured and honored to be here giving you guys these readings, and I hope to see you guys next time. But I'm on out of here until then, so bye.